Today we're driving from Tennessee to Columbus, Ohio. You ready? You ready? Yes. This is day 2 of our 3-day trip across America from Texas to Pennsylvania. So I guess it is technically across America, right? So I'm gonna tell you kind of some tips on how we do this. How's that muffin treating you? Good. These kids have spent their entire lives on the road since they were newborn babies. That's all we've ever done. Being a missionary, life is just nomadic. So I want to share with you some of the things that we've learned over all these past years on how to survive these long road trips with kids. Tip number 1 is leave as early as possible. We're not doing that today because I was exhausted from yesterday's 10-hour drive. If you watch that vlog, you'll see that we left at like 4:35 in the morning when it was still dark. Leaving super early is great if your body can handle it. Don't take any risks where you might fall asleep at the wheel, but if you can leave as early as possible when your kids might still fall asleep and sleep for the first few hours, that's ideal. Now, even if they don't fall asleep, like our kids yesterday did not sleep in the morning, there's still a benefit to leaving really early in that they may fall asleep later on in the afternoon, or if they don't fall asleep in the afternoon during the drive, they will fall asleep very easy at the hotel, which often, because it's a different environment, it's hard to get them to fall asleep. But like last night, we turned the lights off at like 9 o'clock and they were just out immediately. Tip number 2, you need piles of snacks. I mean, we got so many different kinds of snacks. There's even popcorn on the floor for some reason. You're gonna need them, and not just like baby carrots or juice boxes. You need like a variety of snacks because as time goes by, those kids are gonna want something salty, then they're gonna want something sweet, then they're gonna want something weird. So just mix it up. It makes it a lot easier as time goes by. Also, if you wanna save some money, pack your lunch. Don't go out for like McDonald's or something. I mean, we just go to Walmart, get a couple of those $2 pizzas, cook them the night before, aluminum foil, bam, got lunch. Well, we just drove into Kentucky, but there was no welcome to Kentucky sign. I think that's the first state ever. I've been in Kentucky a bunch of times. This is the first time I ever noticed there's no welcome to Kentucky. That's weird. I don't feel like they're welcoming me. Oh man, we are almost to Ohio. Been driving for about 3 hours now. Tip number 3, a really good idea if you have a tablet or of any kind, or a phone or a computer or whatever, and you have like Netflix or Amazon or any other one of those services like a YouTube Premium where you can download videos, download a whole bunch of brand new videos or movies the day before your trip, and don't let your kids look at them until you're about 3 hours in, or whenever it is that your kids get all riled up. And I say when, not if, because they will once they've been locked in the car for a few hours. Then when they're riled up, bust out the tablet, the new movies, give it to them. That'll give you a few more hours of just calm as they binge watch those movies locked in that car. We're going to the bathroom. Tip number 4, go to your dollar store, or if you want to splurge a little bit, you can go to Walmart or something. If you have younger children, like a 6-year-old like I do, buy one toy, a cheap toy, for each hour of the trip. And every hour, bust out that new toy and give it to them. It'll give you a little bit more time, give them something new to play with, and it really helps whether you're driving or flying or really any kind of transportation. By the way, since you're watching this, why don't you subscribe to this channel? We're doing videos every single day. They're awesome vlogs. Every now and then we have these educational videos like this one to help you out. We also have some travel videos. It's just a lot of fun. Also give it a like. Time to move on to Ohio. Tip number 5, I think this is number 5. We're in Ohio now. I know it's only been like a couple minutes for you watching the video, but I've been driving all day, so I don't really remember. But tip number 5, maybe? Preemptive bathroom breaks. That is a huge thing with kids, especially when you're on a long road trip. You never know when you're gonna end up like on a long strip of highway where there are no stops. Like we just did like 2 hours of highway where there were no stops at all. Like even the rest areas are like 100 miles apart. Those are all over the states. Take preemptive bathroom breaks. If you're not sure where the next city is, where the next main town is, just go ahead and go to the bathroom so you don't end up with your kids really, really upset and asking to go to the bathroom and there's nowhere to stop for like the next half hour to an hour.
Number 6, there is an app, there's probably others, but we use an app called Road Trippers. If you get that app, you can actually put your route of your road trip into it, and it'll bring up all the different like fun, touristy, interesting, like scenic places along your route. It gives like within a 5 or 10 mile radius of the road that you're gonna be on. If you get that, if you're on a particularly long road trip, grab that app or something similar to it and set up fun stops along the way. We go for educational places. Like there are some amazing places here in the United States that you can go to that you've never heard of before. Like our last road trip when we went to California, we went to a meteor crash site and it had all this information, and you could actually walk down into the site all for free. There was a little meteor museum with all this space stuff that you could look at, and so it's educational and it's fun. We actually stopped at that place for lunch. There are interesting, fun, educational places all across America, historic places. I love going to historic places, telling my kids about it, learning for myself. It's really fun. It's a way to stretch your legs and also to take advantage of the fact that you're on the road. You're going cross country. You're going for long periods of time, and you can actually learn things and see with your own eyes pieces of history that you would never otherwise see. Number 6, you guys see this? Bring trash bags. It's amazing whenever you're on a trip for hours, the amount of like snacks and drinks and stuff that get used. They get just thrown all over the floor. Like you saw the popcorn on the floor earlier, that was because a bag spilled all over the floor. We just use Walmart bags or grocery store bags, but you can buy them as well and keep them under your seat or something. They're really handy. You're gonna want them. That's it. Those are the 6 tips. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See you tomorrow.